Welcome everyone to the 2021 FIPCO Family Services Community Health Fair, Matters of Health in Black and Brown. Today we have with us Latrice Gettings, and she'll be presenting a presentation titled Melodies of for a Healthier Mind. But before we get to that, I would like to take a few moments to just go over a couple of things in Zoom etiquette. If you have to get up for whatever reason during this presentation, we ask that you stop your video to close your camera, and that would be great. This presentation is being recorded, so it will be available for you to view tomorrow, and it'll be available by visiting www.easthillstream.com/FIPCO, and I will put this in chat, as well as I will also put it up on the screen at the end of our presentation. We'll also be sending out a survey in your thank you for participating in this session uh, later this evening. And we really want to hear from you. We appreciate your feedback. So if you could fill that survey out, it's very brief, it's 4 questions, and get it into us as soon as possible. This will help us prepare better for next year. And without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you, Latrice.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Latrice Gettings. I am so glad that you registered for this presentation on integrating music and social emotional well-being, or SEL. I have over 20 years of experience in the field of education. My passion for wanting to provide information to others, but communicating it in a manner that is relatable, is what inspired me to start an educational consulting service. Some of the services that I offer through my business includes coaching and consulting in the areas of diversity, equity, and inclusion, special education, social emotional learning, and integrating music with special education and SEL. I also host an educational discussion forum that I titled All Things Education. I strive to articulate strategies and tips that individuals, both young and old, can use throughout their life. In this presentation, you will learn about the powers of music, how it impacts the brain, and how it can help you build your social emotional well-being. There are different reasons people listen to music. Some may listen to music to relax, cheer up, get motivated, or when they are sad. Music is universal and has been in existence since humanity itself. Songs have been used to tell stories, teach lessons, and in religious ceremonies. Stevie Wonder once said, "Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand." Ray Charles was quoted saying, "Music is powerful. As people listen to it, they can be affected." And Maya Angelou once said, Music is my refuge. I could crawl into a space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. For African Americans, the art of music has been infused in gospel, blues, jazz, rhythm and blues, and hip hop. During slavery, the slaves would sing songs to pass time and share stories. Those songs became hymns and spirituals, and later called gospel music. The blues also originated from slaves for expressing their emotions of sorrow and adversity. Rhythm and blues and rock and roll came from various blues and jazz elements. Many artists create songs because of personal emotions, to describe possible emotions, for establishing their identity, to explain situations and cause others to experience different emotions, and to connect with others. Music changes our emotions. Our heart begins to beat differently. Our heart rate can change with different melodies and songs. When music is playing, there is a system in the brain called the mirror neuron, which gives us the ability to catch different emotions. The mirror neuron is connected with the limbic system, which is also associated with emotions and include the hippocampus, which is involved with our learning and memory. Now that you have learned a little bit about your brain and how music can impact it, I would like for you to listen to 4 songs and choose how those songs change your emotions.
I will no blame to no one else. Now I realize I can't get on by you.
And the next song. And the next song.
Every day I still hear my mama say, "Child, every way She still with me every day in my soul, in my soul. She taught me to hold my cares away, yeah. So I'm on. I'm on, yeah. Oh,
And this is the last song.
it's Mr. 305 checking in for the remix. You know, they had that 75 Street Brazil. Well, this year's gonna be called Calle Ocho. Que hola gata, que hola omega. And this how we gonna do it. Dale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. I know you want me. You know I want you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres. Cuatro. Rumba. Ella quiere su rumba. Rumba. Ella quiere su rumba. Si es verdad que tú eres guapa, yo te voy a poner gozar. Tú tienes la boca.
The purpose of this presentation is to bring a greater awareness to music and how the elements of music can align with your emotional well-being. At the end of this presentation, you will walk away with some tips and strategies to gain self-awareness, regulate your emotion, empathize with others, and build relationships. Music has been researched and used to address one's physical, emotional, cognitive, and social needs. My dissertation was on music therapy for students with autism spectrum disorder. I explored how strategies used with music therapy practices were used to build self-motivation, social learning, and regulatory behaviors. The results of my study revealed that music fosters self-motivation, self-efficacy, self-awareness, social interaction, and being able to manage your behavior and stress. Clinicians and other professionals have used music therapy practices with elderly patients dealing with Alzheimer's disease or dementia to build their memory. Veterans and other people experiencing pain and trauma, and pregnant women to ease their anxiety and stress, as well as during postpartum depression, just to name a few ways music therapy is used. Now we are going to do an activity. I have 8 songs. You will click on the poll to give your vote of your initial emotion once you hear the song. It's the same question for all 8 songs. The question is, what is your initial emotion when you hear this song? As the song begins playing, you can click on the emotion that you are feeling. This is the first song.
Walking home and talking low, seeing shows in evening clothes with you. From nervous times and getting drunk, to staying up and waking up with you. Now we're sleeping at the edge, holding something we don't need. All this delusion in our heads is gonna bring us to our knees. So come on, let it go. Just let it be. Why don't you be you? And I need everything exposed. Leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you? And I'll be me. And I'll be me.
Okay, as you notice, 89% had a feeling of sorrow and 11% had a feeling of uncertainty. I'll move on to the next song. There were 70% that had an emotion of energized and 30% with happy. I'll move on to the next song. There were 56%, excuse me, that had emotion of anger, 33% with uncertainty, and 11% with energized. I'll move on to the next song.
You make me happy. This you can bear. You stay right beside me. Yeah. And I won't forget. I really love you.
70% with energized and 30% with happy. Next song.
Diferente día, misma historia. Creo que te falla la memoria. Yo sí lo tengo claro. Hace tiempo que ya me sabía cada excusa que tú me decías. Yo te estaba dejando que cayeras en tu propia trampa, que bebieras de tu propio vino. Y no es que yo buscara venganza, ese es el destino. Yo te lo digo.
As you notice, there were a variety of emotions on this song. 13% with energized, 25% with happy, 38% uncertain, and 25% with sorrow. The next song.
Used to spend my nights out in the ballroom. Liquor was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom.
70% with sorrow, 20% with uncertain, and 10% with happy. And the next song.
1, 2, 3, ho! Grab that funky soul. Get up, get yourself together, and find your funky soul. They're doing it down in that song. Grab that funky soul. They're doing it by the beach. They're grabbing that funky soul. New York, get yourself together, and find your funky soul.
70% with energized, 20% with happy, and 10% with uncertain. And this will be the last song. Okay, there were 33% with energized, 44% with happy, 11% with uncertain, and 11% with sorrow. This is an activity that you can do with your friends, your family, your coworkers. You can discuss why they selected certain feelings or certain emotions. This could spark the communication and learning about others and their feelings towards different songs and melodies. The discussion about music and feelings can also build a better understanding and relationship. When you use music to discover yourself, your feelings and emotions, or learn about others and their feelings, discuss those emotions, and interact with others, you are working on those 5 core components to social emotional learning, or SEL. Those components are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. I am going to briefly explain each component and address how music can build that component. The first core component to SEL is that of self-awareness. This is the ability to identify and understand your own emotions. This component is essential because you need to fully understand yourself before you can learn to understand others. You need to know your purpose before you can guide someone else towards their purpose. Sometimes in schools, Administrators implement SEL programs with bringing in professionals to train teachers on how to use the program. But the teachers sometimes find themselves struggling. They may say things like, this SEL program is not effective for the students, or ask for additional training and support. What I have found is there is a disconnect between the teacher and the student. The teachers are not fully aware of themselves, therefore aren't fully equipped with the proper tools and skills to interact with the students. You may also find this to be true at your place of employment. You may find it difficult to work with certain people or feel like you just don't click with those people. It just may be that you are not in tune with your biases, feelings, and emotions, or the other person is not aware of their biases, feelings, and emotions. Either you or them could lack self-efficacy, which is that of confidence, belief, and having a purposeful mindset. The next component is that of self-management. This is the ability to manage your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It is also the ability to manage stress, your stress and time effectively. Just as it is necessary to have self-awareness as you learn about your inner thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you can begin to identify those stressors and things to elevate your emotions or alleviate your certain emotions. Then you can work on strategies to manage your emotions. With self-management, you begin to set goals and use those organizational skills. These skills also help to build self-efficacy. Music fosters one being able to regulate and manage their emotions and behaviors by the different songs that you listen to. One can play music to calm down and relax them. As the soothing music is playing, you can begin to take deep breaths. You can close your eyes as you are listening to certain melodies as well. The next core component is social awareness. This is the ability to empathize and take on the perspective of others. Once you have identified your biases, is aware of your emotions, thoughts, and feelings, have learned strategies to manage your behavior and emotions, have an awareness of managing your time, have the courage to take initiative, and have self-efficacy, you can begin to authentically learn about others. You will begin to feel compassion for others. You will recognize the strength in others and identify those social norms. One strategy you can use to build social awareness is playing different types of music and observing others. You can also extend this by discussing different dance moves for the songs. This could lead to a discussion, but you can also use this opportunity to do more listening than talking. This will allow you to actively pay attention and learn the other person's feelings and emotions. Next is relationship skills, which is the ability to make and maintain healthy relationships. There is a saying, if you want good friends, you need to be a good friend. You need to be able to clearly communicate and actively listen. In relationships of any kind, you need to be able to problem solve and negotiate conflict. You need to know when to seek help as well as offer assistance. When building those social awareness skills and having a conversation about different songs and genres of music, you are building those relationships. In the process of exchanging your thoughts, feelings, and emotions about the songs, you are learning those skills of listening, speaking, and negotiating. You can extend this by having a dance party, exercising with others, or working with others to change different lyrics to songs. And the last core component is responsible decision making. This is the ability to consider ethical standards and think about others. You make reasonable judgments based on your awareness of yourself, others, and the community at large. Here are some tips and strategies that I have explained while discussing social emotional learning components. Another strategy that you may find helpful is creating a playlist of songs for different moods. You can also create a playlist of songs as a way to transition from one emotion or state that you don't want to be to another emotion that you would like to be. For example, if you are feeling sad or down or depressed, you can play a couple of sad songs. And I have one example here by Adele, When We Were Young.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move.
Some people feel that when they're feeling sad or depressed, they want to suppress those feelings or ignore them. That's not always healthy. You need to be able to release those emotions of sorrow. After you play a few of the sad songs where the state that you don't want to be, you can gradually transition to a more empowering or uplifting song. And I have an example here, The Champion by Carrie Underwood.
Dr. Gettings, you have 30 seconds remaining for your presentation.
Okay.
Be the last one standing.
And then you can move on to the last song of Being Happy. In closing, I would like to thank you for taking the time to join me this afternoon. Music is a powerful tool that can be beneficial for you physically, mentally, socially, and cognitively. Music can increase or change your current state. One can use music strategies to build their social emotional learning. The components of social emotional learning are not only for young people, adults can use these skills as well. Skills learned from SEL can be applied in every area of your life. And now I would like to leave you with a quote by me. The powers of music and skills acquired from SEL help identify who I am, think about what I am feeling, discover where I want to be, construct how I should act, internalize when it is possible, and learn why it is important to know. In life, you need to figure out who you are, be aware of your feelings so that you can act accordingly around others, and know why is it important to act a certain way in different environments. I have also included my contact information. Again, thank you for joining me. It has truly been my pleasure. Remember to allow music into your life to build those life skills that you can use in various situations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gettings. We appreciate your time and this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
This recording, as well as all other sessions, are available on the registration page. They will be available tomorrow. Please visit easthillstream.com/FIBCO to find that information. And we sincerely appreciate your time, Dr. Gettings.
Thank you very much.
Have a
Bye.
great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.